Hi, my name is Lewis. Welcome to Marketing 101 podcast by Hammersport Marketing. Joining me is the co-host and co-founder, Riley Seberg. I hope you enjoy these next 4 episodes that are a remixed version of our season 1. Who invented this concept?
His name is Claire W. Graves.
Okay. Did he write the book that you're reading?
No, so the dude who wrote it studied under him.
Okay. What's the name of that book?
Spiral Dynamics Integral. But yeah, man. Hey, what's up, James? So the shifting now. Oh, let me go back to, so Democrats are blue, Republicans are red. This now within the last 5 years, 10 years maybe, green started to become a thing. So they talk about like Greenpeace, right? Think green, right?
Yeah.
I think some people, so I think there are people who take things and make it literal. So when I was a kid in school, when I was a kid in school, they used to try and teach us, and what they would teach us is critical thinking, right? And literally they would try and teach you how to think critically, like teach it to you on paper. And they're like, use your critical thinking skills. And it's just like, what are you talking about? Critical thinking is something that you don't teach that to someone.
That's abstract, yeah.
And so
like, I'm using my critical thinking right now to tell you that you're stupid for asking me to do that.
right, exactly. And so like this type of thing where what it shows me, if you look at it from a spiral dynamics point of view, is where that person is on the spiral. You know what I mean? Yep. So whoever put blue for the Republican Party or for the Democratic Party, they understood spiral dynamics.
Oh,
But they understood it from their level. You know what I mean? That's why they made it really fucking concrete surface level. We're blue. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so it was interesting. I started Googling yellow thinking or think yellow and in terms of that. And you see the same thing. People below the level of yellow who are trying to reach up, right? And present themselves as a yellow thinker, but they're really not.
They're not there yet.
Yeah. And you can tell because once you understand the spiral, you can see where people really are at. Because so the dude who wrote the book, he said, don't ask what somebody is thinking, ask why they're thinking it. And then that will reveal where in the spiral they are.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. What's up?
You see we got a video premiere going on tonight.
Oh yeah? That's great, man.
And I did a couple more rally videos. This cord's way too long. It's going to get tangled into a million different pieces.
Blah, 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 blah. So for those of you watching on Facebook, Lewis and I are talking about the theory of spiral dynamics. Spiral dynamics is a theory of consciousness that was, I guess, introduced by this gentleman named Claire W. Graves. And this guy named Claire W. Graves just so happened to grow up and live and do his work like not even 10 miles from where I live, which I think is extremely fascinating. So he graduated from Union in 1940. He's pretty old. And he worked at Union College. But here's the thing, man. So Union College is probably like 10 to 15 miles away from me. And like I spent a lot of time in Schenectady. I actually went to the community college in the perimeter of Union College. So when people go to community college and then they transfer to Union, never heard of this theory. Never heard of the gentleman named Claire W. Graves. And it's I think it's extremely fascinating because this theory seems to describe like it's
pills for people to swallow too.
Yeah.
You know, like you got to have a lot of self-worth to get past red or blue without becoming economically or free.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem is people get stuck at certain levels. Yeah.
Because of money.
Right.
Money is this big thing that people put so much value on because they can't Because they figure that their only way to survive is to have money, and it's not true. Like, I know how to survive. I can survive in the woods with nothing.
Right.
I don't want to do that, and that's a lot of fucking hard work. And I still might die trying, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm not scared of it.
So that money thing, where most people, I think that's an orange success. Most people get stuck there because they think that's it. Like they think money, materialism, show the things that you have. And that's where like most of American culture sits today. And, you know, the good thing about this book is it talks about how like people that are being born, or, well, I mean, he wrote this book like 20 years ago. So like people that were being born now, at that time, he was saying how they're already being born into the orange. So that like they don't need to, like they're not being born into the red like the people before them. So they transition from orange to, was it yellow? Orange to yellow, or
green.
orange? Yeah, orange to green. And so a lot of the people from that I grew up with, they're already sitting in orange and green. And so like that's where you get the Instagram model shit, the like the really materialistic. That's why credit is so popular in the United States. Like it's really, really interesting, man. And so you know, it talks about how that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I get that. So essentially, you can't go from, as a society, we can't go from orange to green without including the people that are still in
red, blue,
beige, purple, red, and blue. Like you have to include them in the conversation and include them in your solution to level up.
Yeah, because if you factor them out of the equation, then you get things like terrorism.
Yeah, then they just are gonna grab the pitchforks and.
So a perfect example is there's a rise of white nationalism in the United States or in the Western world. The reason behind this is because the green thinkers are ostracizing the thinkers below them in the spiral, and so those people are feeling like they've been left behind. You know, like there's no hope for them. You know, people in Middle America, people in the coal, like West Virginia,
and they have been left behind. Nobody's told them that hey, you guys fucked up all this time when you were going to work. You should have also been educating yourself after work.
Yeah,
because nothing lasts forever. And when whatever you're doing runs out, if you've been educating yourself the whole time, then you just transition right into the next thing.
But see, the thing is that these people are lower in the spiral, so they don't understand to think that way. They're focused on right now.
Yes, but as a leader in the higher ones, that's our jobs, to help them do that.
Yeah.
And that's why, that's why I don't agree with libertarianism.
No, I don't either. I have libertarian tendencies.
Basically said, look, man, I can see this point of view, but I am a liberal and I don't hate money, and I'm not, saying that people with money are bad. I think corruption, fraud, waste, and abuse are bad.
Yeah.
And then I went and said, I'm a liberal and I'm not saying those things. So, but I come from a place, I'm not afraid of liberalism. And if I was, then I feel like I'm going against abundance.
Well, here's the thing, man. And this is the real point that like I want to make. And, I'm glad I'm live, because this thing is what's really destroying our culture. The fact that like we think that because this person thinks this way, they're that way. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that's not a good thing. So
there's no it's not black and white.
Right. And anybody who tries to present it like it's not a nuanced conversation that adults need to have, they're either, I mean, most likely they're lower than they present themselves in the spiral. You know what I mean? So I don't know if it's Joe Rogan who coined the phrase, but they call it virtue signaling, right?
Okay.
So I think what virtue signaling is like, I think that we should like respect people because like, there's some people and they have the way of thinking and it's just like
I
what
might
like
have done a little virtue signaling in my post.
right. And so, but the thing is it's not bad to if you actually feel that way.
Well,
And so it's like what's the point, man? You know what I mean? But if you that's where you get into like the conspiracy stuff. And it's like, well, why are people talking this way? And, leading the masses and stuff. And it's just interesting because I've never thought of this before. I've always wondered, you know what I mean? But that's all I did. I never actually had a framework to think about this type of stuff with.
No, this gives us a way to increase our understanding of other people's perspectives.
Right. And going back to what Andy says, like most people don't think the way you think. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I think that he was hinting at this type of alignment.
Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of reason why I kind of stay in the group now is because I feel like they're a little weak on people are starting to come out of the woodwork that I've never seen before.
Right.
That have a little bit. They're a little more educated.
Yep.
And they kept their mouths shut for a long time because they didn't feel like arguing with anybody.
Right.
And they don't want to have any argument. Like they're not going to argue with you.
Yeah.
But they don't think like the loud talkers in the group.
Exactly. Well, it's kind of sucks that just now they're coming out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm glad that's true. Because I think that a lot of people, it's always the lower tier type people that make themselves known first, I think. You know what I mean? Because they feel the need to. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they want attention. And I mean, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know. I've kind of turned to the group to just all I do on there now is offer help. Like,
right.
Hey, you want to talk to me about this stuff? I'll talk to you about this stuff.
No, I think that's probably your role, like more of the grandfather type. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just got to. I mean, it's all I can do. I can't ask the group for anything.
No,
they don't have anything I want.
There's nothing. That's one of the really part of something bigger than you. But why don't you go make that thing yourself?
Yeah, that's what my business is.
Yeah, well, that's what my business is too.
That's what our business is.
Yeah.
Is being bigger than ourselves, and like literally, I'm on a mission to find good companies that are underinformed in their marketing strategy.
Right.
So that we can help them dominate to make sure that the shitty companies don't. Because
I was talking to my other business partner, Chris, yesterday. And one of the things I said is like, because I was talking about like why I'm also working with him and doing my own thing. And like I was saying that I kind of see my role as helping people transition from quote unquote real life to internet life. You know what I mean? Especially like business owners, entrepreneurs, and I really mentioned the Main Street businesses, because like you know it, most of these guys are fucked. and I want to say screwed. I want to say like, oh, they might be a problem, but no, it's not even that. Like a boulder fell on your head and you exist no more. That's how fucked you are.
They don't have a shot in hell because people don't get it that this is just getting started.
Yeah.
Like this, we haven't even
fucking touched it yet. Not even fucking close. Yeah.
Bill Marion was like the curve on people getting email addresses is still just starting to hit this spot right here.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty soon it's going to be going like that. And there's going to be twice as many email addresses every day as there was the day before.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if we're there yet, but like I remember him saying like more people are signing up for email now than ever before.
Than anything else, and over anything else too. Yeah. Language, like what Andy said in his video on Instagram is like you have to be willing to dominate, not just do good or be excellent. It's got to be fucking all out dominate, because if you don't, and the only reason is because if you don't have that mindset, you can just fucking fall off a cliff, and it can happen just like that.
Yeah. Well, one thing I'm noticing is that it's, I mean, what was it? Napoleon Hill said 2 out of every 100. You know, these people who own businesses, probably 2 out of every 100 actually want to dominate. And they're the ones that are like, all right, I'm ready to spend money on marketing.
Yep.
So Gary Vee says, like, don't waste your time trying to convince people.
No.
Yeah. And so that's where I'm at that right now. Like, I'm not trying to get clients. I'm not trying to sell you. You know what I mean? I'm not really trying to do anything except for prepare you and warn you that if you do not change like what you're doing, like, you're probably going to have to go get a job. You know what I mean? Like, that's how it's going to be.
Yep.
And that job's probably going to suck. So, like, how about you just start posting or taking whatever money you're spending on advertising or, you know, billboards or phone book. You know what I mean? Like, people are still putting ads in the newspaper. Like, just take that and spend it online. Because here's the thing: that newspaper advertisement, it's not an asset, right? Like, can you take a clip out from the newspaper and recycle that?
Yeah. Go hang it out. You could clip out a newspaper and you could hang it at a coffee shop.
Yeah, I mean, you could do that, right? I've seen it done.
I'm doing fine already, or we've got another plan, or blah blah blah. Whatever their excuse is, or whatever it is, that's okay.
Yeah.
But what we want to do then is have a channel for them to follow us on,
right?
So that they can see what we're up to and see that things are moving along, even if they decide to not do it.
So my new strategy is running here. Let me show you. I'm going to jump into my business manager because I want to show you these numbers. So I just started this yesterday. So this is my new strategy. Where is it? Right here. Okay, so I'm running on reach right now for my campaign objective.
Okay.
Do you know what reach does?
No.
So reach just just shows your ad to the most amount of people.
Oh, so you don't even choose an audience then?
You do. You choose an audience. You set your targeting and stuff, but all it says that, like, I'm not trying to get these people to convert. I just want them to see my stuff. So this is more branding, right?
Okay. So is it cheaper than video views?
Brother, look at this. Cost per result. Per 1,000 reached, $3.43.
Okay. And that's a reach, not an impression. Slightly less.
Right.
And what is reach constitutes, 3 seconds of watch or more?
Well, this isn't even a video.
Oh, it isn't?
No. So if you see, impressions are actually bigger than reach.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So reach is, I think, like who would actually hit. Let's see, the number of people who saw your ads at least once. And then impressions is the number of times your ads were on the screen.
Okay, and because they're going for, that's the what is it called again? It's called reach.
Yep.
So because it's a reach thing means that you're going to get just barely more impressions than reach.
Yeah.
Whereas with other targets, we could have twice as many impressions as reach.
Right. Exactly. And so the thing is like you can run any type of ad on reach. So what I'm doing is I'm just retargeting the people that visited my website and people that have seen any video.
Okay.
And I have it so you can set how many times you want this person to see your ad.
Okay.
So most of the time they say it starts off with 2 impressions every 7 days.
Because that's going to be a sidebar ad, isn't it?
No, it'll be in. So it can be. I'm using automatic placement, so it's just putting it wherever it finds space.
Okay.
But typically it starts off 2 and 7 or 2 and 5.
Okay.
I flip it. I want them to see my stuff more than once a day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, this is great. This is a brand. This is hardcore branding. This is the cheapest way to retarget.
Dude, so I know for a fact I'm not an expert at this, right? At times I maybe thought I was. And then I try running ads. I'm like, oh yeah, maybe you know, because it doesn't work out how you think it is. Sure. This is one of those times where it didn't work out how I thought it would. I thought I would spend $10 CPMs, 10 to 15 CPMs, because I was under the impression that retargeting people and trying to get them to do stuff is expensive because it's what it usually is for me.
Yeah.
But this is not at all.
And you can still have a call to action in this ad, right?
There is a call to action in this ad. Here, I'll show you the ad. So I have, I'm using dynamic creative, so there's a couple different things, but here's the post. So, it's a straight, here's a link. It looks like a regular ad.
Okay.
And then you click learn more and it brings you to the blog post. And then I'm collecting emails down here to finish reading the post. So this post teaches you how to run dynamic ads. So if you have like a Shopify store and you're trying to retarget people about making ads, this teaches you how to do it. And that's just what I'm going to do, man. That's my new content model. So I'll be taking all my video content and I'll just put it under this campaign because I have the budget set at the campaign level. So I can just take all of my content and throw it in here and like it won't fuck with my budget and all of it will get recycled to people.
Huh.
So that's the plan. Because it's like if people don't know you, they won't work with you.
Yep.
So anybody who visits my website or watches any of my videos is just going to get retargeted.
And this is nationwide?
Yeah, this is nationwide. This is US only.
Good. Okay.
But I'm going to be throwing like regular posts in there, blog posts, but videos, any type of content is just going to get thrown in here. And I think it's going to work really well, mostly because it's just so cheap.
Yeah. It's a great idea, dude.
Yeah. So that's my new model. I mess with a couple of them but I think this is the one that's going to work the best. To me, it doesn't matter if it gets clicks. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to get them to see my stuff.
Yeah. We'll figure out a way to get them to.
It'll come along. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's because I'm not doing like it seems like I'm doing direct response, but I'm not. Like I'm doing direct response from a branding mentality.
How does Zoom decide to switch back and forth?
Whoever talks.
It's just whoever's talking.
Yep.
Okay. Because I'm watching us on live too.
Oh yeah.
It's like but looks like about a 10 to 20 second delay.
Yeah.
Which is
that's just in case you screw up. You can cut the stream.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, man. So I think I might have taught some stuff today, but there's a lot that's been going on, man.
Yeah. Hey, you keep on the track, dude. You're doing a great job.
Yeah. So I'm going to cut this live stream. Thanks, Facebook, so much for watching. I'll definitely talk to you guys later. If you have any questions or whatever, comment down below. Say that again, Lewis?
Comment down below, please.
Right, please. Yeah. And then Lewis and I will be back on again tomorrow to answer whatever questions you have. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll be back tomorrow, same time at 3 o'clock. Oh, hold on. I'm saying at the meeting.
Hi, my name's Lewis with Hammersport Marketing. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button. And if you want to find more content for us, we can be found as Hammersport Marketing on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter.